Hi children, welcome back to your computer class. So two chapters we have completed, the chapters which you are having for first term exam. Okay, today let's start the third lesson, that is algorithm and flowchart. Okay, chapter 3, algorithm and flowchart. Okay, so this year the chapter 3 and the next chapter also, it's related to computer programming. Okay, so this is the basic about the programming and all. Okay, what we call so that is the planning of programming. Okay, so while doing planning of programming, so before explaining about algorithm and flowchart, so let us recollect some of the points. You people have already learned in your previous classes. Okay, so like what is a program? A set of instruction written in any of the programming language that we call a program. Okay, so always a program needs an input, that is the data, any type of data that we are entering or we are giving to the computer while through a program, that is input. Okay, then next, that data or input will be processing means it's a type of sometimes it may be a calculation, or otherwise we'll call a manipulation of data. Okay, that we call processing. Okay, and another one, after processing we'll get our output. Okay, so these three terms comes together, or three works come together, that is inputting and processing and getting output. Okay, so this cycle we are calling like IPO cycle. Okay, so all the program it will have to have this IPO cycle. So that means for a program, running of the program, first we'll give input, then that input will be processing, and after that we'll get an output. Okay, so each and every program, okay, so software, a collection of programs only, it makes a software. So this algorithm and flowchart, actually we are doing at the planning of the program. Okay, so a programmer or a software engineer, they are suppose if they are decided to create a software, or suppose they are decided to write a program or any applications. Okay, so that time before writing the program in any of the programming language, they will plan how to solve that problem. Okay, so this algorithm and flowchart, that is problem solving techniques, we are calling problem or program solving techniques. Okay, so the main thing we are writing a program in, or we are doing program in any of the programming language, and before that you can do these other two ways also we can solve a programming, that is algorithm and flowchart. Okay, so we will see what is an algorithm. Okay, so we'll see what is an algorithm. Okay, so algorithm can be defined like a step-by-step instruction. Okay, a step-by-step instruction to solve a program or a problem. That is what algorithm. Okay, otherwise a sequence of steps to be given. Okay, in order to solve a problem. That is an algorithm. Okay. Usually this algorithm we are writing in a simple language, okay, communicative language like English and all. Okay, algorithm mainly we can use for calculations, data processing, or decision making. Decision making, like if we have two numbers, A greater than B, like that, that is we call comparison. So, or otherwise decision making. Okay, so next we see what are the benefits of an algorithm. Okay, so before doing a program in the programming language or writing a program in the programming language, when we are writing algorithm, some of the benefits we'll get. Okay, so we'll see what are the benefits of an algorithm. So first one, better problem solving. Okay, better problem solving. So see, while developing an algorithm, see, some steps are available. So better performance or better problem solving if we want to have. When we are writing an algorithm, these 3 points we can see we can have or we will get while writing an algorithm. So that we'll see process identification, then important decision points and number of variables required. Okay, so for better problem solving, we have to have, we can have process identification. Okay, process identification, these three, like process identification, important decision. Process identification means what? Process means the calculation. Okay, so when we are writing an algorithm, how the calculation perform or how the process can be done, we have to have a plan. Okay, so while then important decision point, how while decision making, so important points can be clarified. Then number of variables required. So variables and all detailed study you will have while learning programming language. And variables actually, to identify our data, we are giving variables. So how many number of variables we need, all these things we can have a planning, thorough planning while writing an algorithm. Okay, so actually, see, while writing an algorithm, so the complex program we can divide into smaller units. Okay, smaller units we can divide. So it will be easy for the programmer to solve that problem. Okay, so that is better problem solving can be done while writing an algorithm. Next, we'll see the another benefit of an algorithm, that is improved efficiency. It improves efficiency. Okay, so while writing an algorithm, so the decision making or the complex programs processing, so efficient it can be, or it can be more efficient. Okay, or it more easy to use. Okay, so that is while writing an algorithm. So actually it acts like a questionnaire. Okay, or whatever things or whatever data or whatever processing we need. Okay, so that all the programmer can think, and so he or she can have a improve the he or she can improve their efficiency of the program. Okay, and then next it is it provides clarity. Okay, it provides clarity. That means that is also a benefit of an algorithm. Clarity means what? It must be clear. Okay, or it makes clear. Then so whenever we are writing step by step solution, step 1, step 2, like that solution when we are writing, so a programmer can have a clarity while coding. Okay, and then so these way, easier identification of errors, if any errors are there, or any weaker points are there, or weaker decisions are there in the algorithm, can be easily identified by the programmer when they are writing an algorithm. Okay, so algorithm, when we are having, okay, in our real life, suppose your maths teacher is giving a complex mathematical problem. Okay, so if you are writing all the steps properly, okay, one by one, all the steps properly when you are writing, so you will get a correct answer for that. Suppose if your steps are wrong, you won't get what? A correct result. Okay, so at the same time, any work when we are taking, we will have what? We will have some steps to solve that. Okay, suppose when you are when you are making a tea. Okay, so there many steps are there. Okay, like that each and every work when we are doing, so we can have a planning for that. Okay, so easily we can solve that problem by writing steps and all. So in our real life, we are not writing step and all for the work and all. Usually when we are writing a program, when we are planning to do a program, for that only we are doing this algorithm. Okay, then next we'll see the characteristic of a good algorithm. Okay, characteristic of a good algorithm. That is, see, algorithm anyone can write. Okay, so it must be, we have to have good steps for algorithm. Okay, so then only easy solving can be performed. Okay, easily we can solve the, see that techniques of the programming. So here we'll see a good algorithm can have these different characteristics. Okay, we'll see. First, it is finiteness. Okay, so that means what? See, every time when we are writing a program, okay, it must terminate after number of steps. Okay, that means after the execution, you have to have the program or this algorithm have to have a stop or end. Okay, so what is the another see opposite of finite? You heard infinite. No, finite means there limit is there. Infinite means what? Limitless, continuous working. Okay, so whenever you are writing an algorithm, when you are doing program and all this infinite and all it comes. Okay, so that finiteness means always after see when the algorithm it must terminate or it must end after the execution of the see number of steps, that is finiteness. Okay, then precision, that is also a good characteristic. Then precision means what? See, all the steps I told you algorithm we are writing like step 1 always it is start. Okay, then step 2 always some input, like that we'll practice. Okay, afterwards. So before that you have to study all this. So here precision means always these steps it must be defined as short. Okay, so program always programming statement, see we'll write big statements and all, but algorithm when you are writing it must be short and clear. Okay, that is precision. Next we'll see what is input. Okay, so that is also a characteristic. So an algorithm always it receives a finite number of input. Okay, that means each and every program it must have an input. Then output, that is the next characteristic, that is an algorithm has one or more output. Okay, always see every time when you are writing an algorithm, so there is a there we have to have a link with the program also. So sometimes if all the program will have some see output one or the other way, so this program sometimes it may be one output, so sometimes it may be more than one output. So anyhow at least one output must be there when you are writing an algorithm. That is a characteristic of a good algorithm. Then the last characteristic it is effectiveness. Okay, so effectiveness, that means see when we are writing an algorithm it must be effective for see that much step we have to add. Okay, so that means see the same algorithm. Okay, the same algorithm. See see suppose different programming languages are available. C++, then Java, Python, many languages are available. Okay, so all this when you are doing this, see suppose if you got a question for solving a program question, so the same algorithm, see that means we see what we call see in when you are writing a program, the same program when you are doing in Java or when you are doing in Python, so the algorithm will be same for all the programming languages. Okay, so that means see it must be independent of the programming language. Algorithm always it must be independent. That means you're not writing separate algorithm for the same question, separate algorithm for Java, Python, like that. Okay, same algorithm can be used see of for many of the any of the programming languages. Okay, so next we have how to develop or how we'll write an algorithm. After that we have to have a flow chart and all. Okay, so anyhow that and all we'll see in the next class. Okay, that's all. Thank you.